The question is, would you be in favor of requiring all new home builds, especially builders, to pay an additional $3,000 to $5,000 school fee on top of the school impact fee to help our schools? This would be per home. Why or why not? This would be a one-time fee.
Would I be in favor of developers paying $3,000 to $5,000 additional dollars for school impact fees? Well, gosh, I don't know. It's not even something I've given any consideration to, honestly. I guess it would depend on if the community where that housing development was being built had a school system that was in dire need there. Housing projects, by nature of paying property tax, pay for school impact fees. I think it's over 50% of the impact fees that a developer pays goes to schools. So, I honestly, I don't really have an answer to that, but I would certainly give it some consideration.
I think that we really need to focus our efforts on a school bond measure. I think that we have so little housing building going on, and that it takes so long for the houses to be built that we're going to get more bang for our buck if we go back to the school bond measure. A school bond measure was actually defeated about 4 years ago in 2018 here. And I worked very hard on that school bond measure to get it passed, going door to door to several hundred homes, speaking to homeowners about it. I think that we need to make it a priority to convince people that we actually we can do more for the community if we invest in the schools. We'll have less of the problems, like the mental health problems, like the economic development problems, if we educate our citizens and we have a better qualified population that can get better jobs. We'll solve a lot of those problems. So the school board is actually thinking about putting up a school bond measure this very year, or perhaps in the next couple years. And I would really encourage all of you to support that school bond measure. I think that that would be the best way to go, because obviously we can use $20 million in a much better way. There's a lot of discussion about our school district and managing the schools. There's a lot of discussion about consolidation of our high schools, because we have aging schools in this county. We don't have brand new schools, and it's really important that we're able to take those buildings, and some of them need to be gutted from the inside out. Several of our buildings at our campuses cannot be currently used, and so it's very trying discussion, because people are very attached to their alma mater and to the high schools and the way things are set up. And it's also a discussion of whether or not it would be possible. But I would encourage you all to stay up to date on that. And again, I just don't think developer fees would actually provide enough money for what we're really looking at needing to do. Thank you.
I would have to look into the question, how much are the developer fees as it is on the school fees? And then I would make the decision on if we needed more. I know new development, definitely a lot more children. It would add a lot to our schools, and we seem to be kind of at our max. We tend to put Band-Aids on. We pull in modular buildings for extra classrooms. I would really like to see our schools brought up to par. We went back east, and definitely in Iowa, the buildings, the schools, the firehouses, everything, they were built of brick. They were built right. They built one time, and they were there for a lifetime. I would really like for all of us to start thinking in that manner.
Well, it sounds nice because we always want more money for schools. The only problem is right now we do have a housing crisis, especially affordable housing, and putting more money on top of it's probably not going to help make housing cheaper. I could see if you're having a large development going in where you might want to have them set aside a piece of ground where you could build a school in the future, especially if you have a large development. I think that'd be a real plus. Also, I'd say put it before the voters. If they want to pass a school bond to help their schools, I think that'd probably be more appropriate. Just rather than saying, hey, you're newcomers, so you're going to pay for the schools completely. I don't think that's right and fair. Also, as far as on the affordable housing, the county there's some people out there nowadays who want tiny homes. And the county has a limit of like, the smallest home you can build is 800 square feet. And so we're in the process of reducing it down to 360 square feet. So if you have a single person or a young couple and they want a small house, they'll be able to build a small house for a lot less money. And if they're smart, they'll build something out on in the future. So no, I'm not in favor of raising those fees in that method.